Industries, as key members of PNGEITI's multi-stakeholder group, play a vital role in supporting Papua New Guinea's economy. Much of the revenue that forms our nation's budget is generated through these industries, contributing to the well-being and growth of communities across PNG.
Industry is a key player in EITI. It's key because it's one of the three. So industry, government and CSO, civil society organizations, national non-governmental organizations, they're all part of the EITI, and they're all part of the multi-stakeholder group, MSG, that forms the core group that administers EITI in any country. So industry is very important in that the industry that we work in is the extractive, so minerals and oil and gas or hydrocarbons, and so we are interested in the work of EITI because we'd like them to transparently report on our production volumes and also the revenues that we generate, and we give back to our host country. In this particular case is Papua New Guinea and the government of Papua New Guinea. A lot of times the challenge has been that companies like ExxonMobil, Santos, Total Energies and other big players are operating in a country and they produce oil and gas or minerals and revenue, but the public does not know. And so sometimes these companies are criticized because they are here, but we don't see any tangible differences in the economy and things like that. I think EITI helps that. It helps to build a positive narrative so that people can actually see that revenues are generated and the companies are paying the dues to the host government, and those dues can translate into tangible outcomes in terms of economic development and welfare and the betterment of society in a host country.
Industries collaborate with PNGEITI to support a transparent, sustainable resource sector in PNG.
Industries also face other issues and challenges in any country. I think it's very well publicized that the case of Porgera, for example, where security is a concern. So as we want to operate, security can be a challenge for companies operating in the country. And so some of the operators are not from PNG. They're international companies coming to operate in the country, and they are dependent very much on the host government to provide a very good, conducive environment for them to operate. Security has been one of the challenges where if the host government can help in terms of security challenges. There are other challenges like host communities tend to feel like they're neglected because some of our operations are in very remote locations. And sometimes they tell us that government does not provide the basic social or welfare or the basic necessities. And so they expect companies to provide those things. And so those are the challenges. How can we work closer with government at the local level, at the provincial level, and even at the national level to ensure that the communities that we operate in are happy? And that's what we'd like to say, that whilst we have the regulatory permits or the licenses, we also want to have a social license to operate where we work very closely with the communities. They feel that we are part of them, we are good neighbors, and so we have cordial relationships, and we continue to operate in a harmonious way moving forward. Generally, the resource sector benefits that they generate can be categorized into two types, direct benefits and indirect. Direct benefits would be cash benefits like royalty payments that are paid to landowners, local level governments and provincial governments, and also the equity dividends. So both royalty payments and equity dividends are, in our industry, the oil and gas sector, are paid by MRDC, but come through the Department of Petroleum, the regulator. And MRDC is like the paymaster that hands out those cash payments to landowners. So equity dividends is dependent on the equity that the stakeholders take in a project. The government of Papua New Guinea takes equity and hands 2% free equity to landowners that is managed by MRDC on behalf of the landowner. And so the MRDC pays equity dividends and helps DP or the Department of Petroleum to pay the royalty payments. And then there is the development levy that is part of the benefits package, and that is paid to provincial government and local level government of the impacted provinces. So in our case, we have 5 impacted provinces: PNG, LNGs, Hela, Southern Highlands, Western Gulf, and Central Province. So there are 5 impacted provinces, and they receive development levy. And there are other benefits, such as infrastructure benefits that projects can use, like the infrastructure tax credit scheme or tax credit scheme under the Income Tax Act or administered by IRC. Monies can be spent ahead in infrastructure projects, which project developers will later claim as tax already paid. The indirect, in ExxonMobil, we categorize that under the framework of the national content. So that will be like a workforce development, supply development, and community investments. So supply development would be, how do we get Papua New Guinea businesses engaged in projects? How do we offer them businesses or business opportunities? Workforce is basically answering the question of how many Papua New Guineans can be partake in the workforce as workers, skilled workers, unskilled, different categories, but as workers in a project. And the third one is community investments, like how can a project operator in a community provide services to the local community, or improved services such as building classrooms for schools or building houses for health workers, helping to maintain existing infrastructure, maybe build a feeder road. All those are community investments that can be done in a community. That plus the workforce and the supplies, local business development is basically under the category of indirect benefits. We strive to have a very good relationship with landowners. Companies come and operate here based on their licenses. And so the regulator in our business is oil and gas, so hydrocarbons. So our regulator is the Department of Petroleum. So our regulator gives us license to operate in the country. So whilst we have that license, it's equally or even more important for us to attain and maintain the social license to operate. And how do we do that? I mean, we work very closely with the landowners, the local community that we find ourselves operating in within our licenses. So we build our relationship with them, and then we build credibility and we build trust. And with credibility and trust, eventually we have a social license to operate. Getting that is one thing, but maintaining it over time is something else. And so you have to continuously work with them, be close to them, build a relationship, and put your ears to the ground, pin your ears to the ground, listen to what the needs are, and respond in a positive way, and maintain the relationship.
Industries remain an essential component of PNGEITI's efforts to ensure transparent resource management. By supporting spin-off benefits and national content, industries contribute to the foundation of Papua New Guinea's economic future, fostering sustainable development and shared prosperity.